Last time, I talked about some of the features of the R1S that stood out to me when I was camping. I also had some general tips to share after 2 months of ownership. This time, I'll be going over the other side of the coin. After 2.5 months of ownership, I definitely ran into some issues that still need to be resolved. I'm also going to share some problems that people often run into but did not happen to me personally. As a side note, a refresh of the R1 platform was just announced Thursday, June 6th, 2024. So here's to hoping future owners don't have to deal with some of the issues I'm having. Alright, let's go straight into some of the issues I've had so far with my Gen 1 dual motor R1S. I first noticed a static noise a couple weeks after picking up the R1S. Basically, there seems to be a static noise that accompanies certain volume or frequency changes. Here's a couple examples. Unfortunately, a mobile service tech told me that this was a known issue and they don't have a fix, but he thought this was a software issue. I'll bring this up again to the service center if the next update doesn't fix the issue. As you just heard, there used to be some major squeaking noise when using the second row windows. It turns out I just needed to regularly clean the windows and the area around the rubber gaskets. The mobile tech just told me to use a microfiber cloth and wipe it down once in a while. Basically, he just told me my car was too dirty. This is a very niche problem that only a few people will have or even notice. The downward-facing LEDs on the liftgate makes a buzzing noise when set to low light mode. We usually either have it on high mode or turn it off completely, so it's not a huge issue for us. It's just funny to me how random the issue is. Alright, so I saved the best for last, or should I say worst, because any car pulling to either side is definitely a major issue. Not only is it annoying when driving, it can contribute to uneven tire wear, worse ride quality, and so on. I first noticed this around a month into ownership. After the service center did an alignment, it was just barely better, if any. I recently got a second alignment at the same service center and it has not improved. I have an appointment set for early July, and this time they reached out to me to tell me that they will look deeper into the issue and look at the suspension and some other related parts. So fingers crossed, I guess. I've read plenty of posts online talking about the car pulling specifically to the right, so I hope they look into this more seriously. Okay, moving on. Let me quickly go over some issues I've seen people deal with online but did not happen to me. I think this was more prevalent with earlier VINs. I have a 2024 dual motor R1S, and as you can see, I can't find any major panel gaps or other build quality issues. A lot of potential EV owners online seem to worry about charging infrastructure, either at home or on the go. Like most EV owners, I mostly charge at home. I was lucky to have my local utility company offer incentives on the charger itself and the installation. All in all, I spent just under $600 for parts and installation for the Juicebox 32 plug-in level 2 charger. I get 18 miles per hour and only charge overnight for a little discount on my electric bill. I've only charged with public chargers a handful of times and no issues so far. Estimated range on the built-in navigation has been pretty accurate. It's usually on the conservative side, and more times than not, we arrive with more range left over versus the estimate. With all that said, I understand that charging infrastructure varies a lot depending on your location. So if you are a potential EV owner, make sure your use case works with your home and local charging infrastructure. My overall experience in terms of the people and the workflow has been great. The only issue going forward would be how long you now have to wait for an appointment. The wait time back in March was around a week or two. Now in early June, I would need to wait almost 2 months for an appointment. To give credit where it's due, they do call you to see if they can send a mobile tech instead, and will work with you to try to get an earlier appointment. Finally, here's a couple things I wish could be better with future updates or with the refresh. Now that is a loud AC. It's not just the volume, it's the sound it makes. It feels like I'm starting a jet engine. From what we know from the recent refresh announcement, it seems that the noise has been reduced a lot. I touched on this topic a little in my previous camping tips video, but I want to bring it up again because there's a big room for improvement. It's definitely better with the 2024.11.02 update, but I hope they can add more camp mode features and lighting options. Thanks everyone for watching till the end of the video. One last thing, we just passed 200 subscribers recently, and I just want to say thanks again for watching and subscribing. More Rivian and camping content coming up soon.